That was the sound of the Jar of Names, and this is... Actually, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Jar of Names first. We'll do this every week. This video is for everyone, including, but not excluded to, Horia. Right, his name goes back in the other Jar of Names. Ready for reconvergence? With the Jar of Names when the Jar of Names is empty, which is soon. Anyway, welcome to A Cup of Tea and a Podcast. This is the Cup of Tea. And this is the podcast. So, we said goodbye last week to March. We say hello this week to April. Welcome, April. Hopefully you'll be a nice month. We'll see. Right then, so if you want to skip ahead in this podcast, you can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's TV time, this week's question, and this week's goals. Update. So last week there was a few late videos. We knew this. Did we do this? We might not have known that, actually. I can't remember. Yes, because the podcast was late, so you do know that. So yeah, I apologise about that. We had the first Assassin's Creed episodes, which was all out okay, apart from one problem, which was copyright with the first episode with that trailer opening cutscene. So I had to quieten it, limit the sound so it was quieter, so that I could put it in and include it. So it was either that or not at all. So with the quietness, I think it worked okay in the end. So sorry for any confusion there, but I've informed you now. Okay, what is next after that little bit of it updating? Right, so the only thing I need to sort of keep up to date with now is updating my details on my videos. I need to add the images back and the details. I'll do that next. You'll find that out more in goals. This week should be actually pretty decent. I mean, this podcast is a little bit late. I'm recording it now, technically on Tuesday, by about 45 minutes. But it's sort of still on time. I haven't gone to bed yet, and it'll be out before I go to bed, so that still counts as Monday for me. But yeah, everything is actually been edited together. Well, nearly. I'm halfway through editing the last Assassin's Creed episode, minus the pointing, and then after I've done that, I've just got one. So technically, altogether, I've got one Assassin's Creed Revelations video to edit, Harvest Moon to edit, and then half of the Assassin's Creed video I'm working on now. So everything else has been edited, so I just need to render them all out, which means there should be no delays at all this week, but we'll see. Things have happened bad before. What else is that? But yeah, hopefully this week should be a good week. We had the first week of the holiday, where we're relaxed. This week, boom, head in the books, getting YouTube stuff done. I'm going to do a book. Oh. I'm going to do an internet. Way! Anyway, last thing this week. This week we might do Helldivers. It's that game where we do co-op. I might do some co-op stuff. If we do, it will probably be on Thursday or Friday. So if you're thinking of playing Helldivers with me, it's on the PlayStation 4, then let me know if you can. This is just a quick thing to point out there. I'll make another video in a minute or so, maybe this week. But yeah, it might be Thursday or Friday. We can decide the time later, depending on what time zones we have. So let me know. I'm expecting the same cast as last time, so it'll probably be about 3 o'clock. But like I said, we'll talk about that later. Moving on. Topic, then. Let's go on to the names of this week's videos, which I have. So today we've got the podcast. That's what you're listening to right now. Later today we have Harvest Moon Back to Nature called Hey Luna. It's a quote from a song, one that we sing inside the actual episode, which I'm quite proud of, even though the thing that it was related to completely failed. Tomorrow, it's Tuesday, where we have an episode of Assassin's Creed Revelations called An Assassin. And I mean that as in an assassin who assassinates assassins. Not, I didn't just repeat myself, which is why I put the "an" in front of it, because I thought, if not, it wouldn't make sense. But yeah, that's basically where we find someone that's killing assassins. But we also do a load of other stuff. It's quite a big episode, we get quite a lot done. It's a little bit longer than 30 minutes, but not too much. Then on Wednesday we have 2 episodes of Dark Cloud, which is nearly finished, by the way. I've just recorded like the second to last one, I think. One's called Are You Not Entertained? It's a quote from a film. If you know what film it's from, you know what we're doing. And the other one is Super Sun Punch, because you probably guess we're doing something with the Sun Giant. Might have something to do with punching. I'm not sure why I'm thinking that though. Thursday we have Assassin's Creed Revelations called We Are the Bomb. You can probably guess what we're doing in that. That's the episode I'm editing right now. But yes, you probably guess what we're doing with that. I'll give you a clue. It's about the wee bit. Friday we've got 2 episodes. One is Harvest Moon called Quack. It's based on a children's novel about farming. and I basically quote it the whole way through and finally reveal what it is at the end. And we've also got Dark Cloud called Time Lord, because it's a pun of something we're doing. Get it? And then Saturday we got 2 episodes of Dark Cloud. One's called Blue Box, related to the Time Lord thing. Again, it's a pun. And then we've also got another episode of Dark Cloud called Turn Back Time. Get it? It's a pun. It's a theme I'm going here. And then Sunday we've got Assassin's Creed Revelations pointing episode, where I do the database entries and boring stuff. It's called Imperial Pointing. And I need to film that, actually, so that will be the last thing I edit. Anyway, moving on. So let's go on to TV time then. So I want to talk about a few things. I've selected them off my list. Surprisingly, not the ones we probably should talk about. But we're going to talk about Vikings first. Vikings is okay at the moment. It's good. It's always good. It's always going to be great. But there's one thing I'm not liking at the moment. I'm not liking how one character is taking drugs and it's sort of changing his personality, and I don't like it. It makes me think of him as a villain, which I know he is anyway, but I mean, it makes me not like him. I'm not sure if that's because of my angst. Not angst, no, my hatred towards drugs and drink and all that sort of stuff anyway, or if it's just because he's been portrayed that way, which is a bit sucky. But I do like his brother Rolo, that sort of sport who's on drugs, but I like his brother Rolo. I think he's been trying to be painted as a villain for something he's done, but I like him at the moment and I really want him to win, which I know is bad for some reason, but you'll know what I mean if you're watching it. So let's talk about the Flash. Flash is really good at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. I love the whole trying to work out who is who, all the things he does, like he's going back in time, and it's like, yes, I love it all. Fantastic. Very good. I highly recommend it. And Gotham is really good as well. The 2 things I recommend this week are the Flash and Gotham. Gotham is just great. Is something's happened where he's been put into a situation where he is in danger, and it's like, it's pretty cool. It's one of those sort of cliche things that always happens in this sort of film, TV show. But it's good. They've done it well. And then also, I should be talking about The Walking Dead and Star Wars Rebels, because both of those are finished. Black Sails has as well, actually, but I haven't finished that either. Yeah, so all these finales, which I should have watched, I haven't watched yet. I should be talking about those, but those had finished, so I'll talk about them in 2 weeks. Which is probably going to be a shame, because the buzz will be down by then. Right, community section then, shall we? So, let's go on to Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on last week's videos. Thank you very much for commenting. I enjoyed your comments. So let's go off, shall we? So we have Horia, Max Ravage, Nick Pro, 40k Warrior Man, Dragon Lord 55511, Shining Dragon 118, Puppy Von Fat Horse, Mr. Laughing Corpse 2, 8 Border Reaper, and Elysion Bowen Phillips. So yes, thank you for subscribing. A few new names or some early commenter names, and as well as the season regulars as well. Don't know why you're season, I just said season because I went with it. Right, let's go on to Q&A. We have 2 questions this week. 1 question, I suppose, plus 1 riddle. We'll see. Yeah, you'll find out. So, Elysion Bowen Phillips and Dragonlord 55511 both asks, when I finished Dark Cloud, will you do Dark Cloud 2 or Dark Chronicle in Europe? Yes, I will be. Actually, I could probably look at my book right now while I'm doing this. So basically what's going to happen is... Oh no, I can't. Basically what's going to happen is I will, I've got it, yes, I will, straight away, pretty much. There's going to be a break. I'm going to finish Dark Cloud probably in 2-3 weeks' time, and then I'm not going to start Dark Chronicle until the next holiday, which is at the end of March, end of May maybe. So it'll be about a month or 2 away, which I know is going to be quite a bit of a gap, but I want to be able to plan it and just do it when I've got nothing to do. And that's going to be then, because that's when I can. So yeah, I will be pretty much straight after, give or take a month or 2, because I want to sort of plan it and stuff. But yeah, because it'll be April, May, and then yeah, the end of May, I think, off the top of my head. Yeah, that was the question. The riddle from Dragonlord 55511 states, I am as small as an ant, as big as a whale. I'll approach like a breeze, but can come like a gale. But some I get hit, but all have shown fear. I'll dance to the music, though I can't hear. Of names I have many, of names I have one. I'm slow as a snail, but from me you can't run. What am I? Hint is the dark shape that everything takes. When the sunlight from the one side shows the dark figure on the other side. Shadows? could have mentioned my horse as well. If it's Shadow, it might not be Shadow. I'm not too confident on that one, I think it's Shadow. Anyway, let's go on to subscribers. So these are the people that have subscribed in this little time we've had since last week. Not actually increased any numbers. We've got 1,138. We did go down a little bit. Oh dear. I've got Dark Cloud on in the background so you can hear the music. Oh well. Yes, we've gone nowhere. It's still the same as 1,138, but we have one new name. Ezra El Kalt. So yes, thank you for subscribing. If you have played Dark Cloud, send me a message. Right, let's go on to question. Important things this week. So, start off with last week's question. What are you buying? Horia said he might have Pokemon Sun or Moon. He might get Pokemon Sun or Moon when it comes out. So, yes, I did actually ask you if you're going to get both of those. And I've just realised you did sort of say in your comment on this thing. So, when you replied to that comment, Horia, I did just notice now, unfortunately. Nick Pro says probably Black Ops 3, and if Level 5 announces Dark Cloud 3, that, and No Man's Sky. Black Ops 3, meh, not my sort of game. No Man's Sky, I think it's going to be a flop. I don't think it's going to be as good as everyone thinks it is. And if you say if Level 5 announces Dark Cloud 3, can't see it happening, my friend. It looks like, because Level 5 has just announced Ni no Kuni 2, so that'll be their big game. So if it's going to announce Dark Cloud 3, it won't be this year, it'll be next year or the year after, or whenever Ni no Kuni 2 comes out. And I actually think there won't be a Dark Cloud 3 ever. I think they're going to... that Ni no Kuni is going to be the spiritual successor to it, because I think Dark Cloud was a deal between Sony and Level 5, and I think Ni no Kuni is exactly the same as well. So I think they might just do it like that, where there'll be like a spiritual successor. Which I think I'm alright with. I'm fine with not being Dark Cloud 3, as long as there's the town building stuff in Ni no Kuni 2, which it's called, I've had this theory before, it's called Revenant Kingdom. Kingdom, you build things together. So, put 2 and 2 together, I think, maybe. It's like, I'm grasping at straws, but I think that might be something in it. And if it is, fantastic. Right, and then 40k Warriorman says he might get the first Witcher game, which, my friend, will be amazing, because I might be getting them as well. Obviously, I've got loads of things to do beforehand, but I want to get them as well. I want to start from the first Witcher game. But the thing that I can do is I can, if I wanted to, do a Let's Play of it, because CD Projekt Red allow you to do that. So I might. I passed it over ages ago for some reason, but then I sort of said, oh, you know what, I think I will. I think I will actually now. I might do a Let's Play of Witcher game eventually. Not sure when. I did want to finish reading the books before I went onto the Witcher game, but I'm very tempted to do it quite soon, as in within the next 25 Let's Plays. The first 25 Let's Plays. Replace it with something. But we'll see, shall we? So good games. I agree with all of those things. Pokemon Level 5 Dark Cloud 3 would be good if it was announced, but it won't. I don't think. And the Witcher game is good as well. Right, so this week's question is important. In Assassin's Creed Revelations, would you like me to change the colours of my clothes in the main Let's Play? So like you'll see in story cutscenes, the clothes will change. Do you mind that? I know in Brotherhood I didn't, because they're white clothes, they're very symbolic, whereas in this one they're more dark and grey, so it's not really a big change, but there is a change. So would you like me to change it? I have changed them in an episode this week, so if you want to check that out, it's the next one actually tomorrow, so if you want to check it out and let me know, and then we'll just go from there, because I don't know if I want to. I think I will, but I want to see what your feedback is as well, and obviously you will see this before it's happened, before I record next week's, so your speed will be much appreciated. Now let's go on to this week's comment. This week's comment goes to a simple comment, but very, very effective, and it made me chuckle. It's from Horia, and it says, I hope Kratar is not a traitor. It's so cool. It just sounds so cool. But the way it rolls off the tongue and everything, it's great. Yeah, because Kratar is a new character I've just made in my Dark Cloud Let's Play, and I just love it. It's just beautiful. Mwah. Literary piece of art. Yeah. Right, what is after this? Right, birthdays. I'm asking that again. When is your birthday? I need to write it down. I've got Nick Pro's, because I've written it down today. So he mentioned it in a comment, so I've written it down in my book. So when it comes to your birthday, I'll remember. So this week I'm going to pick 2 people to ask directly, Horia and 40k Warrior Man, when are your birthdays? I'll write it down in my book. directly asking you. Right, and let's go on to this week's goal. I know this is a lengthy podcast, but I got a lot to cover. Right, so last week's goals was to just get stuff done. Didn't happen because of the first week of this holiday was like me just relaxing, which is what I did. And now I've sort of got my head down, getting stuff done. So that's what this week is going to be about, getting stuff done. I did do a few documents, as in 1.5 of videos. And I've also done a lot of downloading my videos to make them smaller files, which is what I need to do to get space on my computer, because I like to keep the files, so I download them to make them smaller. It's confusing. But yeah, I've done a lot of that, so that's sort of off my list. But after I've done that, I'm going to do the details, which is the thumbnails, and the documents, as in the details, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Descriptions, that's it. And then when I've done that, I need to do documents for all the videos. Once I've done that, I can get lots of stuff done. But meanwhile, while I'm doing that at the same time, I will do a couple of adventure videos, get them done, filmed, edited, and hopefully get back on track with them. That's a big one. Might not happen, but I'm going to try and do a lot of those if I can. And that Division video. I need to get that Division video out, which I'll hopefully do quite soon. Hopefully before Thursday, before we do Helldivers. And that is it. Bloody hell. Cup of tea. 60 minutes. Right, well that is this week done. I'm going to finish this cup of tea. I've just had a bit, but I'm going to finish it off now. There we go. Right, that was Cup of Tea podcast. Here's to another work field week. When I say another, I mean the first of the holiday. Get stuff done. Let's do it. Anyway, till the next time we meet, farewell. And what film? Pig Hero 6.